right, we should be good.
We live?
Yep.
Turn my mic
We
up.
live at 5.
Turn my headphones up.
My headphones up. Let me see. Did I get a notification? Are we live? Okay, there we go. There's my notification right there. And boy, we in the building. All right. All right, welcome to the Haters Ball. It's your boy Dumb It Down. Here with my oldest brother, the old Baldy.
Yeah, 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 yeah. Boom, boom,
And
boom.
and my younger brother, B Dog. What's up?
Hello, it's me, B Dog.
We just got done listening to that Nas album. We only got to check it out real quick before we jumped on here. Jump on at 10 o'clock every day.
Every
So
Thursday.
hopefully we get some people in here. We want to hear y'all reactions to the album as well. But we're gonna go ahead and share ours because this album I think this album is dope. So first, before we get into it, I want to know, Bryson, what your just overall, well, we can start with what our overall thoughts of Hit Boy, Nas, the collab together, how it's been. Do you feel like this is Nas's prime? Do you feel like he's made, how do you feel about this ending? Were you looking for something new, or do you feel like it's ending too soon, or what?
Is this the ending? How do you know it's the ending? They said it was?
They said it's the ending. It says the finale. Yeah.
Like they're not making no more albums, or Magic is just done?
No, like they're not making any more of these albums. This 6 album run, they said it's over. Now, I mean, who knows what happens in the future? But they said that this is the finale. This is done. And they don't have any other planned albums coming out as of right now.
Oh, man. I don't know if I actually believe that. 'Cause, I mean, of course they're gonna get in the studio again. Like, if you've been having chemistry with this person, like, you're not just gonna stop working with them. So I think they'll be back with some, maybe not a full album, but definitely some songs, right?
Mm. Yeah, I mean, I think maybe songs, but I don't think a full album. I think that's the thing. But you still sounded kind of staticky, muffled, man. You try to plug in and or plug back in or something. Uh, yeah.
That Xbox
What you
360
think, B?
headset. Nah, man. Look, what was I thinking before this album? I was anticipating, the album coming out. I got excited when I heard it was coming out. Like I said, I'm not like you. I love the rapid releases. I think that's exciting. I think that
Mm-hmm.
does something for the heads out there to get excited about. I think a lot of people maybe aren't necessarily digging for the different music that comes out or checking out all these different releases. But when you have somebody that's bigger in the culture like a Nas, you got a lot of people that's gonna listen, get hyped up to check it out right away. So I think that's a big deal. I think that matters. I think that helps. Um, so I get excited about it, and
Mm-hmm.
I think their chemistry is great. So Nas sounds super effortless on a lot of these songs, and I was anticipating it. I don't think Hit Boy's production is always like flawless, but I don't think it has to be. I don't know if every song is for me, but I like a lot of the songs on each one of these albums pretty much.
Yeah. I definitely. Well, okay. I like most of the work they've done together for sure. I'm a fan of most of the work they've done together. Definitely done more great stuff than bad stuff or anything like that. So yeah, I did like them together. But I'm gonna be honest. Before this album, I was saying I'm ready for Nas to move on, and I definitely thought Hit Boy was the weaker link of the two. I think he had definitely had some shining moments on KD3, um, but overall in the 5 albums, I thought Hit Boy was the weaker link, and I was ready for I was ready for something different. And I like you said, I'm not I need a new album every other month. To me, I listen to a lot of people. We talk about a lot of people on this podcast. So there's so many artists that I listen to. I'm not ever really like hurting for new music, even though people feel like it's a slow year. There's a lot of stuff I've been listening to, but I gotta say. This album, this right here, this album with Hit Boy's production, I was blown away. He really did his thing, and I gotta give it up. I feel like I gotta give it up to him. I really feel like I doubted him, and I feel like I was definitely he surpassed my expectations on this album with the production, and I definitely felt like it was. Yeah, I mean, I wish the whole yeah, yeah. I mean, I feel like
Interesting.
he was more an even partner on this one, if that
You
makes sense.
you felt like that even after KD3?
I thought KD3 he had moments where KD3 like legit and stuff like that where Hit Boy shined for sure, but I thought that was like half an album out of five or half an album out of four at that point. But that like I said, this album I felt like he had really great beats. I mean, I'm talking about some of these beats I thought were great. So on this one.
Okay, interesting, interesting. Bryson, what you thought about the other KD albums in general? Did you think Hit Boy was the one that was keeping them from being as much as you would like, or did you think he was carrying?
That's insane. I don't think if you like the album, I don't see how you can not like the production or feel
I
like it
didn't
was
say not like
lacking
it.
any. You
Okay.
said lacking. Lacking?
I
If you
said
like the album?
this. That's not what I'm saying. Okay, I said first off that of the two, okay, there's a Jordan and there's a Pippen, or you know what I mean, or whatever. There's in any duo, there's someone who's outshining the other. I felt like I was more a fan of the rapping than the production. I thought the production was not, people call Nas a bad beat picker, for years, right? I didn't think that what Hit Boy was bringing was somehow higher quality than a Life is Good or or even Untitled or on average. I didn't feel like he was somehow outproducing anything. I just felt like it was okay. It was good. Not no hate. Just it was good. And people were hyping up the Hit Boy part of it, and I felt like it was more the Nas part of it that I enjoyed. But this album was the first time. Okay, this is my point with Hit Boy. This let me put it this way: when I listen to
Nicki
like
Minaj.
top producer, sometimes I listen to a song and I hear a beat and it makes me immediately stop and say, "Who produced that?" I gotta click the credits and go, "Who produced that one? Let me check that one out." In general, in this series, I never felt that way about Hit Boy, but on this album, and KD3 were the first times where I stopped and said, "Wow, that production." You know, who is that? Obviously I know it's Hit Boy, but that's what I mean.
Yeah, 100%. I don't agree. I definitely feel like Hit Boy did everything that he was supposed to do and was expected of him.
Okay,
He,
all right.
All right.
I mean, if they got to be on one and a two, we got LeBron and Jordan. You know what I'm saying? LeBron number one, Jordan number two. That's what I'm saying. But
All right. Well, then let's
I
jump
mean,
into.
if Jordan too far apart, dog.
Oh, okay. All right. Well, all right. Well, let's jump right into this album. Let's talk about how we feel about this album. All right. So, let's start off. It starts off with Fever. I mean, what did y'all think of? Just well, first of all, what are y'all overall feels on this album, and then we can get into the tracks what your favorite ones were. Listening to it first time, how would you feel?
Oh, first time I was hyped, but I was excited, man. It's Nas, man. He's one of my favorites, and so I got excited to hear it. Starting off the album, I thought it was starting kind of slow, though. I was not like you on these first couple of songs. So,
Mm.
we'll talk about that, I guess, as we go through them.
See, that's so interesting. I feel like right off the bat, I was surprised and I was loving it right off the bat from first song. So, Bryce, did you feel the same way?
No, I felt exactly. I felt like it started off hot, and then for me, it started to dwindle down. But
Yeah, I'm with you. I'm with you. So, So then let's go through it track for track. Let's see which ones we liked and which one we did. I loved Fever. I thought it was a great starting track.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So you didn't think it
I
was a
thought
good
it was
start?
okay on my first listen.
All right. So what you think of Tisk? First off, yeah, what y'all think of Tisk?
I
Which
liked it. Like I said, it didn't start fading for me until probably, yeah, at least halfway through, I would say. So we got a while before there's stuff that I don't mind.
All right, am I the only one who, as soon as the song came on, all I could think of was 24s? I mean, I just, I all I could is that not is that not like the same beat or something? Or do you listen to
I didn't hear
this?
that. I didn't hear that
I,
at the first time, but I mean, now that you say that, it might be right away. It might be easy for me.
I felt like that on a couple songs. I was like, this kind of remind me of a different song, but when I listened to the song, I was like, I don't hear it clearly, so I wasn't sure if I was just tripping or not.
What's up, Leroy in the chat? Thanks for joining in, man. Yeah, we excited to talk about this album, man. We like I said, maybe I'm crazy, but I really feel like that is the exact same beat. Or he sampled the beat. I don't know. I have to look into it. The album just came out, but as soon as it came on, all I could hear was 24s. All I could hear. So that kind of like took me out of the spot. I couldn't really focus on the song.
Dang, yeah, I didn't notice that.
You gotta if you turn on the stream, you get muted.
Something wrong
I
with
don't
your
know
mic,
because
man.
I'm
Yeah.
hearing the echo. Yeah,
But
yeah, but
I understand that. I can feel that. After hearing, I'll just put it back on again. I can see where you're saying it at. But it's not exactly it. It's a little bit, but it's not exactly it.
Hmm.
all right.
Okay.
All right. So then, what y'all think of? I'll say superhero status is one of my favorites.
Yes. See, that's when I started getting hyped. That's when I thought the album started clicking for me.
Okay. Yeah. All right. So okay. So you just didn't. I mean, the only difference you didn't like Fever as much, but I thought superhero status amazing beat again.
Yes.
The
Yes.
production was great. I mean, yeah. I don't know what else to say about this. This was a great track. Probably one of the best of their entire collaborations that I've heard. To me, one of the best in their collaborations.
Mm. I don't know. I had to see where I put it at.
And then I love this feeling. It was another great track, back to back to me. And so was No Tears. So what y'all thought of those three? Because I thought that was a great run. And Never Die. I liked all four of those. I thought that was like the uh, best section of the album. These four tracks are probably the best section of the album to me. What y'all
Yes,
think?
I agree.
Yeah, I
Uh,
like this a lot. And Wayne didn't ruin the song for me, so that was good.
Okay. Did you like his feature or what? What did you think of his verse?
I would say I liked it. I gotta go back and listen to this again. Of course, it's off of one listen, but when he came on, I was surprised, and
Mm.
it wasn't a surprise, so I would take it
So
as positive.
the only feature on the whole album. I mean, it's a solo mission, and then this one Lil Wayne feature appears.
I
Did you
thought
feel
the
like it was out of place or
I
what?
thought the Wayne verse was great. It's better than Nas verse on the song from my first listen.
I thought he had an interesting flow. I
Mm-hmm.
thought it was yeah. I thought it was good, and the beat was dope on there too. So
Mm-hmm.
I liked it. I liked it. For sure. So amazing. Yeah, it's an amazing track run. I think for sure. What up to everybody in the chat? What up to Matt KBD man? Appreciate y'all checking in. Yeah, I know it's just the
Please
album
make sure
just
y'all
came
like,
out,
man. Please
so
make sure
none of
y'all
us
like.
have gotten to get a super deep dive, but we're just talking about our favorite tracks. So let us know what y'all favorite tracks are in the chat too.
Make sure you hit like and
Um,
sub.
what y'all think? So then then he gets kind of he gets into the storytelling back. You know, Pretty Young Girl, based on true events, part one and two, sitting with my thoughts. All really in his storytelling back. What y'all thought of that?
I
Yeah,
did
I
not
was
like
good
Pretty
after
Young
that.
Girl.
This just started getting melodic, and I was like, all right, man, I'm done. Checked out.
I knew you would say that, man. I knew you would say that. You don't like anybody. You don't like storytelling, Nas?
Uh, he always got the same story stuff. Yeah, like I don't want to hear. He always got this one girl track that he always puts on, and it sounds like every girl track that he puts on. So I'm good, dog.
I didn't like
Yeah,
Pretty
yeah.
Young Girl at all. Um, the based on true events was cool, not not exciting to me.
Hmm.
And
Yeah, I
same for
thought based
part
on
two.
true events, two was the best of those four.
Yeah,
But yeah, I wasn't super excited about Pretty Young Girl. I didn't like much, and then based on true events, one was okay. But I mean, again, it's our first reactions. You know, we definitely gotta listen more and might grow on us. Then the next section, Blue Bentley, or what y'all think of the Blue Bentley?
yeah, I
So
agree. That was the Blue Bentley was dope. I liked Blue Bentley.
yeah, yeah. I thought it was a dope beat. I thought it was good track. And then I thought the Jodeci member was also a great song.
I think I
Yeah,
like
like
everything after sitting with my thoughts. I think I like all the rest of the songs.
Oh
So
really?
yeah,
Yeah. It's really just the only one I felt like was just okay to me was the Japanese soul bar. Um, but yeah, the other three tracks I thought were great. And then the 1-800 Nas and Hit, I think was a great outro.
yeah,
This is a great outro.
yeah. So to just I mean to just say this is their seventh classic in a row. Nas has all classic albums. Every album he ever released was impeccable, immaculate, flawless. Jesus gave it to him. Like the Mormons got the extra tablets of commandments. You know what I'm saying? Just like
Mm-hmm.
that.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So that's it. Case closed. Nah.
Yeah, no, I mean, there is we do gotta adjust. There is has been a lot of Nas, love fest in the past few years because of this movement, rightly so. I think he deserves it. But do you guys feel like it's been overhyped, or do you feel like it's just enough, or not enough, or what?
Well, the overhype is only in certain pockets because if it was so hyped, then it would be you'll see big sales numbers and stuff. Which I don't believe the sales numbers anyway. I think if everybody and their grandma went and streamed it, it's Nas. I don't think they want him to win. I think they would still say, "Oh, he only did 20,000 or something." Like I don't. I would not be shocked at all if
Mm-hmm.
people listened to it or people didn't, and it still did no numbers. Like I don't know what hits are. I wish I knew what a hit was, but when I turn on the TV, all I ever see is girls twerking who can't rap, and those are hits. Okay, if that's what y'all say is hits, I have no clue.
Yeah.
those are
Yeah,
hits.
I don't think. I mean, yeah, I think the hits today are the TikTok hits. They're not for our demographic. I mean, so I don't know what a hit is, for us. Yeah, but I think this there are fans. Now, I'll just say my experience being a Nas fan. I feel like when I was in high school, when I was in middle school, I was constantly arguing with people. Nas is great, or I had to like defend myself for liking Nas more than Jay Z or something like that. And it was always the minority or something like that. But then with like recently, I just now like on the internet, I feel like I found these pockets of people who now it's just like universe like Nas, every album is classic, and I don't know. It just seems like these fans almost came out of nowhere. For me, at least in my experience, they weren't around when I was growing up, like in real life. And so I think it's very interesting. And then these fans are like so over the top that when I just say something like I don't like Magic 2 or something like that, then like I'm the hater, which is hey,
People saying
that's what I'm
Streets
here for.
Disciple was a classic. What are we
Yes.
talking about? What are we talking about, man? Can we? I mean,
Yeah.
people got to have some objectivity, huh? But I guess not. I mean, I don't know, man. I mean, I don't know. I think these people are crazy, but what the hell do I know? Because again, people out here swearing that Nicki Minaj is a good rapper. I don't understand what y'all be talking about. Everybody crazy to me.
Yeah.
B Dog, you be listening to Nicki Minaj, dog?
No, I'm not a barb.
Nobody can tell
Not a
me
fan of
one
Nicki.
song that Nicki Minaj
You
was good
fan
on
of
besides Monster. I've never heard her have a good rap verse in anything besides that. And people swear she's good. I don't get it.
This is definitely better than Street Disciple. Come on.
I think Street
I would say,
Disciple is
let's
garbage.
talk about. Let's talk about where do you think, just first listen, first reaction, where does this fall in the hip or Nas, you know?
Oh, that's good. After first listen, how did I feel? I still felt that Magic or KD3 was the best. When I first heard those, I was hyped. And then it's probably somewhere around 2, maybe KD2. I thought Magic 2 was one of the lower ones. So,
Yeah.
nah, man, somebody
I
got to
think
explain it to me. Nah, look, I'm sorry. In the chat, people got to explain it to me, man. This chick can't rap, dog. She sucks. I don't. She's not the only one who sucks, but she sucks. She's trash. Y'all got to stop giving these trash rappers love, man. They should be in the garbage bin where they belong.
Yeah. All right. So 2 things. First off, Leroy, this is definitely better than Street Disciple, and you only gave it a half a listen, so I don't know how you compare it to Street Disciple already. It's definitely better than that. This I would put maybe, you know, it's, yeah, to me it's definitely just off first listen. Gut reaction is that it's third. I don't like KD2 as much as this. I honestly just did never like KD2 that much, honestly, as many people do. And I don't like Magic 2 at all, really. I mean, well, there's a couple of tracks I like, but that's it. But as far as we don't want to get sidetracked on a whole Nicki discussion, we can talk about that later. Let's stick on Nas. It's his birthday. This man's album just came out. We want to stick on Nas for at least a little while.
They started a fight with the barbs, man. Come on, man.
Yeah, you started a fight with the barbs. Look, everybody, you go back.
Okay. Whatever y'all say, go ahead. Y'all listen to that shit then. I don't get it.
Yeah.
But, like, okay, grown men driving around listening to Nicki is crazy. Okay, cool, man. Whatever y'all like.
That's what New York sound like, dog.
That's the queen of New York.
Yeah.
Sitting up there
Yeah.
co-signing 6ix9ine, right? Trash New York. Y'all trash now, dog. Y'all lucky Nas around because New York will be embarrassed right now.
I mean, there's also Griselda and everything too.
They don't. New Yorkers don't count them. They be like, they from Buffalo.
Okay,
That
yeah.
ain't New York.
You're
We
right.
New York.
Not in the city. You're right. New York. I mean, as far as New York City, Nas is the only one.
No, the good rappers who don't get tons of recognition are there. There's a bunch of them, but as far as like y'all mainstream people, ugh, they trash.
So, all right. So then, I got this stuff. Bryson, what you think? Where would you put this in that list of Nas albums?
No, so it's not the end. Mid as in middle tier of the album, not mid as in the album is a mid album.
On one listen,
yeah, it's just one listen, exactly. So I'm gonna listen to it again. Yeah, it's not the best for sure. So yeah, I'll put it in 4, around 4 range. I'll listen to it again. Could be higher. I'm gonna listen to all of them again. We should have really did this discography for Nas for his birthday.
That's what the original plan was.
I listen to Nas albums on a regular.
Yeah, I listen to Nas pretty except for Street Disciple, but I listen to the rest of them fairly regularly.
I don't listen to those two. I skipped Nas and Street Disciple and Lost Tapes 2. And Nasir. Those are his 4 bad projects.
Yeah.
I think actually I would add Magic 2 to those, so 5 bad projects.
Yo, I've been liking, so just going back to Magic 2, I still like Pistols on your album cover a lot. There's a couple other songs on there I listen to a good bit. But you're right, I mean, I think each one of these albums you take 3 or 4 songs. So, you know, I'm not somebody that loves all these songs as much as other people.
So what's the most album you want to go back to, or a song? We're going to talk about our top 10 Nas songs in general. So we are going to do that, and then we're also going to talk about but we can talk about what's our favorite Nas album in general. Does any of these albums that came out make it in your top, would you say a top 5 Nas album, top, 6, 7?
Yeah, I think KD3 could get somewhere around there. I think KD3 could get somewhere around there. I don't know where. I'd have to try to rank them. I think a lot of them going to be kind of even to me. So And when I listened to the Nas albums too, it's hard because I got nostalgia for so many of them.
Mm-hmm.
So when I look at it in the newer ones, I try not to even like we were listening to some different podcasts and stuff, and people compare these to the older ones, and I have trouble doing that because to me they're not even close. Like even though I might like these albums a lot, I might listen to these albums a lot, I still don't. I can't put them close to like no song on here is Nas's like to me. Like I just like
Mm-hmm.
how can I to me that's not even close. So
Yeah.
even though I like the albums, I don't think there's anything wrong with these albums. I think a bunch of them are good. You know, Magic and KD 3 especially. Uh, but you know, like comparing these to Illmatic or something, like what are we doing right now? It was written
Yeah, I
any
mean,
of the
Illmatic
any
is
of the
the
best albums,
top. I
but
mean, we already know
Stillmatic.
that. That's not
Okay, you
nothing's gonna
think any
stop
of
that.
these albums
So,
as good as Stillmatic?
do I think any? I think Stillmatic, not Stillmatic. No, I would say it's not as good as Stillmatic, but
Is
that
KD3
four
better
or
than
five
I Am?
slot, I think Magic could get that 4 or 5 slot.
Is Magic better than I Am?
Yes, I definitely think so.
Okay.
It doesn't have a Nas's light, but it has. So when we talk about our top 10, I definitely got a Magic song on there.
Yeah, I
So
agree. I mean, I agree completely. Kind of like what you're saying, Leroy. I don't feel that way, uh, but I think these albums are good, and I think the competition I think is almost non-existent. Like I don't see, especially in a big as a big name act that's out here that's doing that. And then so that's where it comes in the difference because I love like we love Ransom's album this year.
yep,
I love that Soul Assassins 3 album that came out what
yeah.
2 weeks ago. I look around. I'm watching all these rap podcasts. I don't hear nothing about it.
Nope.
I like that. What was that? The Special Machinery that came out, and we
Mm-hmm.
ain't talked about that yet.
Mm-hmm.
I like that one,
Yep.
but I look around. All I hear is Nas hype for this album. Like, hey, that's cool.
That's
Um,
true. They like the albums that came out last Friday just got like nothing to, like yeah, the Special Machinery and the Anchovies album I wanted to I mean Sardines, I'm sorry, Sardines, with the Paulo Brown. And I like both projects. But I do want to say, Matt, Distant Relatives is one of my favorite Nas albums. Definitely have a
Mm-hmm.
Distant Relatives songs on my list, and I love that's one of my favorite albums. I feel like don't get talked about enough from Nas. That album is one of the best collaboration albums I think of all time. You know, when people do collabs, to me that's the standard as far as like two rapper collabs. Just we talk about that even that 38 special or the Sardines album. Both of those are collabs, but that Distant Relatives, I can't think of many other albums other than like maybe Black Star, maybe you know, like I don't know how many other collab albums can I think of that are like as good as two rappers coming together,
with
as
distinctly
good as that.
different styles and like lanes and like sounds coming together kind of on one idea and yeah, nah, that album is super dope. And when people talk about it, they don't talk about it with the proper respect to me. That's why
Mm-hmm.
that's why Dumb It Down started this podcast. He was like, "Yo, I'm tired of hearing people talk about these stupid things out here. You know, people talking about gossip.
Yeah.
They talking about trash albums, trash rappers. It's like why we the whole thing is messed up. So that's why we out here, man. I love Distant Relatives, man.
Yeah. It is one of my. Now I'm not. I don't think you're crazy. I think that's one of my favorite Nas albums. It's definitely in my top 5. Uh, yeah. It just when we talk about songs, I mean, I love As We Enter, Strong Will Continue, Patience. Patience is one of the best Nas songs. Period. I mean, we talk about production. That song's beat is amazing. The verses are all amazing. Damian Marley, I don't know why he doesn't rap enough. I feel like every time he gets on like
I love Nah Mean.
rap stuff,
Yeah.
not me. Yeah. Yeah. So yeah, man. I love yeah.
So
I love it. That
since we being nostalgic, man, let's go through our list, man. You got your list. We wanted to do a top 10 rap Nas songs. Um,
Mm-hmm.
I wasn't. I thought they blended well, Leroy. I thought it was a. I thought it. I thought it was good. I thought Nas fit in really well on the songs that they had. I thought the production was good on all the songs. So
And I think it's hard to say Damian Marley made the whole thing. The album don't sound like a Damian Marley album. I mean, it sounds like it's got clearly reggae, iron, but it doesn't sound like. Give me the other Damian Marley album that sounds like that. Like I
and it
don't
was
think
and
you
like I
can say
said, it
it's
was
just
and
Marley.
thematically I thought it was cool. It was kind of they kind of had that Pan African type of theme, that they were focused
Yeah,
on. I thought the stuff that they were talking about and saying was dope. I thought that was, like I said, one of the best.
yeah.
I'm trying to think of a music random genre blending album. I would probably say it's the best. My There's some rap rock albums I kind of love, that are kind of
Mm-hmm.
mixtures like Street Sweeper Social Club,
Yeah, yeah.
and there's some other ones. There's some other collabs like that are kind of different that collab. But I love this in relative. So
Good
but
stuff.
let's go and look at our list. So you did a list. You did a top your 10 favorite Nas songs. Period. Out
10
of
favorite Nas songs, and I did them not in order of best songs ever. Like number one is the best. Like it's, I just did them in order of from when they came out to, like chronology. So these are my 10 favorite songs, but they're not in order. Right? If that makes sense.
Yeah, it's hard to put them in
Uh,
order too, man. That'd be
yeah,
difficult.
yeah. So I'll go. Bryce, you want to go first?
Yeah, man. What you got?
Who
You,
you got?
you, you got a
What
top
you
ten
got?
Nas list?
Alright. If we just doing not in order, right? So good.
Yeah.
All right, then my list is gonna, but that's like I'm not a big Nas
Bryce
fan,
got
so
Uchi
my
Wally
list.
on his list. Go ahead, man. Don't be ashamed.
No, that's a
Yeah, there you
that's a
go.
hit. Don't play, dog. That's a hit. Then y'all just talked about distant relatives, so I don't want to say that one first. But man, see, this too
You
hard,
got your
man.
list right now, man.
I I
All
have a
right.
list,
You
but
go.
it
You
ain't
go.
like that.
You gotta
I
pick
was
up your
gonna say
slack.
all of this a relative song. I wanted y'all to kill it. I wanted to bring that up and make it seem like I had a good point, but y'all just went on a whole rant on it. Now I can't just say
Hey,
that.
you gotta blame that, man.
If we talk about real song, I gotta put Ether on mine.
Okay.
Okay. All right.
I saw
All
I
Nas
right.
want
perform
Ether in my
Ether one
top
time,
10.
dog. I was so hyped when he did it. I was so hyped.
Whoa, what? Say it
I
again.
saw Nas perform Ether. That
Oh,
was
really?
amazing.
I see
Yeah, I
it.
saw Nas in '02. I think was the first time I
Okay.
saw him, something like
Yeah.
that.
Okay, that makes sense. Yeah.
I was like, I was standing in the front part of the stage, man, next to this dude. He had every Nas album on vinyl. He was just like, the whole show. And Nas signed it at one point, but when Nas did Ether, bruh, this dude almost cried next to me. I was like, this is amazing.
Yeah. That's awesome. That's awesome. Man. I mean, it's funny. I mean, rappers don't perform they diss tracks often. Like, but KRS performed "The Bridge Is Over" at the 50 show at Nas's show. I always thought that was awesome. I wish they would perform it more.
I B
Uh,
dog. What else you got? What else you got?
I was back
we
on.
we got
Oh,
Black
you want
Power,
to
right?
rotate?
With 10. He got to go with 10.
Yeah,
I'm not
yeah,
giving
you
my
can
10.
do 10.
All right, give
I
me.
didn't
All
know
right,
we were just doing them all.
oh,
Alright,
no, you go your 10.
Yeah.
Go.
I gotta go one mic. That
Okay,
always goes for me.
that's on my list.
What is it? Affirmative action. That's on there for me.
Mm. Okay,
I hate saying these cliche ones, but I gotta put "I Gave You Power."
okay, yeah, I got that on my list.
Um, I have patience, of course.
I
Uh,
got that on my
As
list.
We Enter is on mine, and
Okay,
then my favorite Nas song ever is probably "Stay," just because I love the sample.
I got that on my
I
list.
love that song.
I
Yeah.
got that on my list.
Um,
Interesting. Interesting.
I don't know how many I'm at now, but New York State of Mind is cool. I like
That's
it.
on my list.
made me think about New York for the first time. And I don't know, I think that's it. Where I got eight, nine,
I don't
ten.
know where you're at, but you
Yeah.
named a lot that were on my list, so I'm gonna go next.
Yeah.
I'll tell you what I have. I got New York State of Mind. It ain't hard to tell. Again, this is in chronological order. So New York State of Mind ain't hard to tell on Illmatic, and I could definitely put more Illmatic songs on there, but these are my two favorite. I love the Nas tracks where he's rapping, really barring up the track. Always on my favorites. I gave you Power. New York State of Mind too. Okay, hey, that's how much I love. I love both versions. I'm putting them both in my top 10. All right. Not just like one mic, still dreaming. Uh, Patience, Stay, and Meet Joe Black. Meet Joe Black makes my top 10. So Hit Boy did make a top 10 Nas track for me.
All right, cool, man, cool. I made a list. My list is all the Nas album. I mean, all songs from albums that came out after I was out of college. I think so. I think it's '06 up because I feel like the
All right.
early albums are kind of that's kind of too easy. Like if I put Illmatic songs, I would have to put like One Love, um, because that's one of my favorites. And there's a bunch of songs on It Was Written. There's a bunch of songs on basically all these albums. I think it's pretty difficult, and I got a lot of nostalgia for them. So when I went with the newer albums, I got Cherry Wine,
Mm.
Nah Mean,
Yeah.
Queens Get the Money, As We Enter. And I got a bunch of songs from these KD albums. So Count Me In. I love Count Me In.
Okay. All right.
I love Get Light and Legit.
And
Woo for
legit. I thought about putting legit on my list.
Yeah, Woo
Yeah.
for the Children.
Thought about that one too.
Um, and Speechless. I think is that 10? And maybe Hollywood Gangster also. So yeah, I love those
All right.
songs.
All
So
right.
those would be my 10 from the newer albums. So I do think
Mm-hmm.
this current run is some of the best stuff he's done. I do like Life is Good a lot. And I like some of those other albums a lot. Like I like the Untitled album, and I liked it a lot at the time. I don't really go back and listen to it too much. Um, there's some other ones, like I said, on some of these other albums as well. Magic 3 is a classic. Tisk is a classic song.
Mm-hmm.
I can't agree with those things, but it's a little soon to be saying it's a classic. Album came out an hour and a half ago. But hey,
Yeah.
maybe you heard it more times than me. Maybe you're an insider. Maybe you're hanging with Nas. Maybe you're a jungle.
Maybe
Are
you're
you jungle? Dude,
Maybe.
Katarina?
And I do Katarina. I gotta listen. I said this to everybody. When I heard Tisk, all I could think of is the 24s. Now, tell me if I'm crazy, but the beat to me sounds like the 24. All right, but I, I like the song, but yeah, that's just what it reminded me of, and all I could think of is that song. I wanted to say because Katarina bring up a good point. People use this classic word all the time, so I want to talk about what are our definitions of a classic. How soon is it? How soon is too soon to call something a classic to y'all? Does K3, Magic, do they count as classics? I mean, we're saying that they're amazing albums, clearly. I mean, yeah. So, what are y'all thoughts on this? How many classics does Nas have? Yeah. What are y'all thoughts?
I don't know, man. Classics? I mean, to me, he has like three or four, but it's hard to be like these newer ones are classics yet. They're all new. So, have any of them stuck with y'all to where y'all listening to the album itself, just that album daily, or so much that you wore it out? I mean, because to me, that's like the first step to being a classic. Um,
Mm.
like it's because I can the albums I think are classic, newer classics, or something like Pinata and Bandana, something like that I played way too much. My wife knows all the songs, and she don't even like Gibbs. Like she tired of hearing me play them so much, because that's how much I listen to them albums. So it's like it's to me that's like the first step. Are any of these getting played to that level? I don't think so. Part of that's because there's a ton of music, and
Mm-hmm.
it's only the standout tracks are getting that much burn from me. In this case.
Yeah, I mean, Leroy said the classic is dead. I mean, man says someone said there's no definition of classic. it's just known. I don't know how true that is. Now that's my thing. I don't. I think there does have to be a definition, and I think this is just a word that is overused. When people say something's classic, they really just mean it's, I guess, an album they love, right? But my thing is, if you love it that much, I think you're right. You'll be replaying it over and over again. To me, when you bought a physical CD and it was, if it was classic, you were replaying it over and over again.
That CD was
But
all
I
scratched
don't,
up. Yeah.
and I don't know if any of these albums. To me, Magic is the only one I could say. To me, I've replayed over and over again. It's the only one that could possibly fit that criteria. But the other thing is, I feel like even old albums, people call classic too much because I think sometimes people just talking about the singles that they love, and they don't think of the whole album because then it was people, oh, it was the moment in the club, or it was the moment here, it's moment, whatever, it was this, it was the hype in the media, it was the videos or whatever, and 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 then they call those albums classic, and then sometimes I go back and listen to the old albums that I wasn't out in the club for, and then it was,
Get Rich or Die Trying?
I know the top
Are you,
top
are you
songs,
talking
but
about
they're
Get
not
Rich or
all of
Die
them.
Trying right now? Sounds like you're talking
Yeah.
about Get Rich or Die Trying. An
Oh
album
yeah,
with a
for
bunch
sure.
of whack songs on
It's
it.
not a classic to me.
An album with a bunch of whack songs. People remember all the singles.
Yep. Yep. All right. So Duke Arena, he said he could find a classic. So we waiting on that definition. We looking for it. Bryce, what you think about the classic?
I don't think they make classics no more. I told y'all hip hop is dead, man. They don't make it.
Well,
It's
Nas
hard to
said that
make
years ago, man.
hip hop. I mean, it's rare to classic. Like I'm saying, the last classics that he heard Bandana, and I think the last one that I really thought was a classic was either J Rock album. I really like that one, or
Hmm.
that Daytona. For me,
But I played both of those a ton. When they first,
yeah,
when they came out, they
I
dominated
feel
that
you.
year to me. Like I played those albums on, nonstop,
Mhm.
on repeat. Um, just way too much. So I don't know. Like I said, that's the first step to me for something to be a classic, and I can turn on any song from it and rap the whole song. Like so that's gonna
Mm.
be the first steps, and then it's like, does it? Yeah, but okay, if it's got whack songs, it can't be a classic. But anyways, these these things are matter. You're right. I don't know what who is it classic to. For some people, it's gonna be classic because they
Mm.
was somewhere and they heard a song a lot. Like I'm old, man. I'm not hanging out in clubs, man. I'm not one of those dudes that's like looking for young women in clubs. I think that's weird. So I don't do that. I don't hang out there. I play video games. So I'm here podcasting with y'all when I could go watch some football or something maybe. So when we call these things classics, I don't know what that means to people.
Yeah, I mean, I think you bring it. I think brings up a good point. I think you bring up the same point. Like, the hip hop community is not monolithic anymore. It's not. It's very bisected. It's not one source. It's not the Source magazine that everyone is following. There's not. It's not even like a few blogs that people are following. It's just now. It's everybody's got their own opinion everywhere. There's a billion different channels, billion different thoughts. So nothing is yeah, it's hard for anyone to agree on what's classic to me. I feel like the Nas fan base finds each other, they'll find their channel, and then they'll call all these albums classic, and I'm one of those Nas fans, so I love KD3 and Magic. I really love this album. I really like this album. I mean, I'm just way more hesitant to use that word classic. I think we gotta give it time. I think we gotta see, how it lives. If people are talking about it, 5
What do
years
you?
from now when the moment's passed, because
Yeah.
that's my thing. For me, if it's a classic, it's still talked about after its moment.
So
When
what
its
you think the
moment is
last
gone,
album is that was that?
I mean, there's a lot. There's a lot. I mean, Victory Lap is still talked about
Okay.
after its
Was
moment.
that
Like
is
you
that
said,
newer? That's not newer than Daytona, is it?
Daytona is still talked about. That's one that's still talked
I
about
can't remember when
after
Victory
its
Lap came
moment.
out. I know it came out like a January. Was it that
Yeah,
same year?
they came out around the same time for sure.
Yeah, okay, is that same year or was it
Maybe a
19?
year. Yeah, I'm not sure. Let me make.
I had to look it
I'll
up.
check it right now. I'll look it up.
Because, yeah, Victory Lap was great, and I know a lot of people do consider that a classic. So, um,
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. I think good albums still make it through. I think like Victory Lap was a culture classic. Everybody loved it. Won Grammys. All of this. Blah blah.
yeah, but I think Fly God
Um,
is a classic, and I don't know if that's everybody. I don't know if that's everybody
Um,
outside the Griselda fans.
yeah, the Griselda fans again are another subsection of hip hop. I would say for sure.
The best subsection.
both came out in
Toot, toot,
2018.
toot, 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 toot. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Right?
And Leroy makes
2018 for
another good point.
Daytona.
Leroy makes another good point. Maybe I don't know if Victory Lap has the, has that
Oh,
because I feel this way about life after death,
oh, oh, that's so
or
painful,
certain
man.
other things.
That's so painful.
But
Cause that album came out, and I was like, yo, this album is
it was
great.
dope.
And I think the dude didn't he die
Yeah.
like right after or right before or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
I don't remember the time
He
frame.
died maybe like 8 months after or something like that because it was
Okay,
already
yeah, that's right. So yeah,
nominated for
so
Grammys and
so
all
good
that.
because it was. I thought that album was great when he was alive. But I do
Yeah.
think people
Same.
people did pick up the kind of the mantle on it. So talking about it's a marathon and all that
I
type of
don't
that
agree.
kind of made the parlance a little bit
You
more.
know, okay. Go ahead. Go ahead,
I
bro.
don't agree because I hate West Coast music. So when everybody was talking about, oh, that new dip is fire, I was like, I really like. I was hesitant to give it a listen, but it was getting so much play, and this is before he passed away. So I felt like that was everywhere, even when he was still alive.
I agree. I do agree, but I mean, Leo is from the West Coast. I don't know how he felt out there, but I felt like I was hearing the album before he died, for sure.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
I thought that's what I thought, but I don't remember all the time frames right. Um, but yeah, I mean, like I said, Fly God would be one. I don't know what other ones. I mean, yeah, Daytona was one that people held on to. I think people still talk about it. That had a help of a moment though, because people attached that with the disses and all that stuff with
with the
Drake, and
distance, yeah.
that's a big deal.
But that's type
Drake
of stuff
was in
is big. I mean,
blackface.
that
All
type of
you
stuff is
Drake
big on other
lovers.
classics. I'm like the Blueprint and Stillmatic and stuff like
So
that. Those things matter in those other, uh, you know. So
exactly, I'm not taking that from him.
yeah, can't take it from. So I think overall, man, we talked about our top 10 Nas songs. We talked about what else can we say about Nas? I mean, what else can we say about this album? You know, other than being great, I don't know if I'm ready to crown it classic. That's what we're talking about. We're not ready to crown it classic
Nah, man, crown
after
it, man.
an hour.
All six Hit Boy Nas albums, classics. Not one bad song on any of them. Okay, you like Spicy because it's classic. You like that song with
Classic.
Lauryn Hill because it's the classicest classic you ever heard. Yeah, man. Every Nas song that he ever made is classic. That one when he was rapping in a girl's voice on Streets Disciple, classic. The one that every song he ever made, dog. I'm just Daughters, classic. You know, every
I like
song he ever
Daughters.
made. I
I
like
like
Daughters too. I
Daughters.
got Daughters. I think this is a cool song now that I have daughters. At the time, I was like, I don't hear this shit. Turn this off. But come on, man. People be tripping, man. I think those are good songs, man. I think those are good albums. Those are those two top ones, KD3 and Magic. And then, after that, we'll see. I gotta let this one sink in. I do love the ones I like on this album. Like when I heard a couple of the beats, I was like, yo, this is it. I turned them up loud in here. I was like, okay, so I was excited, but that's that feeling I get when I hear that good hip hop, man. I mean, like I said, when I turned that Soul Assassins 3 on, I also had that feeling, and I think I had that feeling on more songs. So I don't know what's what with y'all.
I wasn't feeling the Soul Assassins. We talked about this
Man, you a
before.
Boldy hater, dude. That's why. Boldy might be the best rapper out here right now, man.
I'm not a Boldy hater. I'm not. Wait, what? I love that Boldy album with Shay Hans. I was talking how much I love that.
I'm just
that
joking,
EP.
man. He got 3 great songs on that album, man. Yo, Boldy is that dude, man. Boldy is that dude. I don't
Alright.
look. Not enough of these podcasts be talking about Boldy James, man. Boldy James is nasty, man. I think he got a couple classics already, Doug. That's what I'm talking. So you want to talk about some albums that I would say is classics? Price of Tea in China, Bo Jackson,
Yep.
woo,
Bo Jackson for sure.
woo, Bo
Yeah,
Jackson,
yeah.
Bo
Jackson's
Jackson.
great. No Jackson is
It's
great.
that shit.
We definitely don't hate NY. We definitely don't hate NY. We love NY.
I just like making
So
jokes about
move
NY
on to
because
this.
NY is the mecca, and the people there are a little arrogant about their city. But sometimes
Yeah,
sometimes I think they need to be clowned like any other city. You know,
for sure.
we
That's
clown
fine.
Chicago because they
That's
only got
fine.
like 4 good rappers, even though it's like the top 3 city in the nation. You know, but it's like,
So
who's the best rapper from
let
Miami? Nobody. They trash down
yeah,
there.
yeah. They try.
It's like-
Let's
Shout
talk
out to
about,
Miami.
is Nas the number one rapper right now? Is this, I mean, because we talked about this. Is he the number one right now? 'Cause I think this is something that is also controversial. He came out with 6 albums, 3 years, but there's a lot of rappers, and people talk about this like it's unique for Nas, but there's a lot of rappers right now who do the constant work like Ransom, Currency. You know, you talk about Boldy or Griselda. All these, a lot of these top rappers come out with a lot of quality music. So, who do you would you say that Nas is number one? Does this album put him number one, or did he not do enough for this run with Hit Boy or what?
Number one in terms of what, man? I guess that's what it's gonna come down to. I do think he's made really good music consistently over these few years. I think that's a way to dominate. But is he the best rapper now? I don't think that's true. I mean, there's a man named Black Thought walking around. He's still on the earth, and when he releases, it's lyrical excellence. So I mean, that's a thing. There's other people that's rapping really well right now. Ransom, you know,
Yep.
Ransom has been dropping at a great clip, and it's all
Yeah.
great. I mean, the verse has been
He
impeccable,
drops
man.
at least two a year
Yeah.
too. I mean, he probably got just as many, if not more, albums in this 3 years as Nas.
Yeah, I
So
like the Cody trilogy, but they get kind of boring to me. Maybe it's his flow or something. I don't know if it's his voice or something
His
about it.
voice is
I can't love like I can for like Ransom. I don't know what it is really because I think he raps well. Banks has skills, um, but yeah, it doesn't grab me like it does for other people. So maybe that's a me thing. Uh, but so is Nas the best right now? He has been releasing. I'm trying to think. Who has a better album than KD3 in the last couple of years?
I mean, I'm gonna say already. I mean, look, I don't want to. Number one, I'm gonna say Lupe. I'm gonna say Lupe. I picked Lupe's album over KD3 last year, but again, I don't want to come off like bias. I mean, that might be my bias.
no, you can
So.
come out that way for sure.
Uh, I think that's hard, man. Yeah, I don't think Lupe's albums are better than these KD albums. So I think Lupe's a better rapper as far as like his actual skill set on the mic. But yeah, I don't know about that. I don't know if he's better than this KD3. I don't know if he's made an album better than KD3 recently. So what else? What who else would be a contender? I mean,
Contender.
yeah. Who are the other contenders?
I mean, I think
Is
I love a lot of these Ransom albums. I got big fan of
okay.
Ransom
Is
albums.
Ransom the best right now? Because I don't know. I don't know. I'm bumping his music pretty much nonstop. Um, but again, I listen to Griselda like all day nonstop.
Mm.
So I would say Westside is the probably the best dude putting out rap music, but he's not the best
Mm.
rapper. I mean, I would never say that he's a great rapper, even though he out rapped Rome Streets on that song with Preem, and he has outbarred other people on other songs. But I mean,
There's
he's
a lot of
Westside.
rappers that are rapping really well right now and are making a lot of music. Like I said, Ransom, Kweli has been really great. I think that Black Star album is great, and the Liberation album was great. Even though I feel like not many people heard it, and probably because of his own choices
Yeah,
where
I
they
was
put
really
it.
impressed
But
with that when I heard it. So I wish I could hear it more.
yeah, I mean I don't know, Bryson. What you think? What you think Nas is number one right now? What you think?
There's only one number one rapper right now, man. Stop playing. For all the dogs coming out October 6th, Kash. You feel me?
No,
Blackface
man.
Drake. Blackface Drake.
Terrible, man. Terrible. Everybody just left the chat because of you.
Thanks, Drake.
Yeah, I think it's something to say. Well, okay, now, not all the great rappers produce at a high clip. What do you think about people like J. Cole, who kills every feature, but is not making a lot of albums? Does Nas beat that? Does quantity beat lyricism? Does music beat lyricism? Because I think Matt
J.
asked
Cole
that
got to get
question.
with the Alchemist, man. He got to get with ALC, man. Full time for the project, man.
tight.
Get with ALC.
That'd be tight.
ALC the greatest, man. That's what we need to get with. J. Cole needs some better production, dog. He be great on these features because they got better beats. The beats be better than his albums. It's true.
No, that's,
It's true. It's
That
true.
Gangsta Girls mixtape was fire.
Oh no, that was cool.
Yeah.
That was cool.
And what was the most recent album? Not Fall Off. Is it the Fall Off? That was a great album.
Yeah, the off season. The Fallout.
I don't remember it that much,
That was the
so
last one.
I gotta give
Off
him
season was
another spin.
amazing to me. That was his best album in years to me.
I gotta give it some
Yeah,
more
it was a
spins.
great album.
Gotta give it some more spins. I
Great
don't
album.
remember it being that good. Yeah, you're right. I mean, you want to sell records, you got a different plan. There, don't talk to me if you want to sell records. I'm gonna tell you, go get on some. Go talk to the Fly Guy. He gonna have you hooked up with Conductor, and you're gonna be putting out records, and nobody gonna buy that shit. It's just gonna be dudes like me bumping that in the car, man. It's like no women dancing. Turn that on in the club, all dancing will stop. No twerking to the Fly Guy. You know what I mean? That's not how it works, man. Conductor, we have a problem. The bitches ain't dancing. Like, yes, it's not. It's not for that. It's not for that.
All right.
Not dancing.
That was hilarious. Let's move on to man Hit Boy, because that's on the hat of this
hold on.
whole thing. Go ahead.
Katarina said J. Cole can't make a classic album. You're wrong.
Yeah, I don't know about that, man. I disagree with that. I think he
You're
can.
wrong.
I think he can. I just don't. I don't think it's. I don't think he has.
Listen, hey, there's a lot of J. Cole haters out there, and it's fine. That, there for years when I was growing up, there was just as many Nas haters. There was just as many people telling me that Nas is born as people say that J. Cole's born now. So I don't know. I don't really think it's odd to me, but I think J. Cole has many great albums: Born Sinner, Friday Night Lights, Forest Hill Drive, The Off Season. So I don't really understand exactly why J. Cole gets so much so this, but hey, who knows? Let's move on to Hit Boy is the other half of this equation. So is Hit Boy a top 10 producer? Did he do enough for these 6 albums to put himself in the all-time great producers?
Before that.
I don't know, man.
Okay. You Hit Boy, man.
Yeah, Bryce, what you think?
Hit Boy is fire, dog. I'm just like, when you go through his production credits on some of the songs, talk about hits.
All right, so
Hits,
give me the
hits,
songs
hits.
that's putting him in the top 10 all time.
Name them. Yeah,
Name some of them.
Name the hip hop classics.
Classic? Yeah, he got a lot of classics, okay? We had Sicko Mode. That was a great song when it came out. I'm not starting at the top.
I do like Sicko Mode, so that's good. Go ahead.
Yeah.
He made both beats.
Niggas in
Oh, one of the
Paris.
beats on Sicko Mode.
I think he made both.
Oh, okay. All right.
Niggas in Paris, great song.
Hate that song. Trash song.
Great song.
It's so trash. I will die saying that song is trash.
Racks in the Middle,
Okay, all right.
great song. We got a bunch of Beyonce records.
I don't care about
A
that.
whole bunch of them.
I don't care about that.
Yeah, we talk about hip hop. We don't care about Beyonce.
The J Rock, he did a song on J Rock, great album, The Wild Freestyle. I mean, hold on, let's
That
go
was
to
cool. That was a good song. It was a really good song.
classic.
He's
got the full
I'm
thing.
looking for you to hit me with some real bangers.
I'm
man.
waiting.
What's
I'm waiting.
the
Yeah,
undeniable-
where it's at? Where it's at? I need one Nas is like.
Yeah, come on.
Where the boom at?
That's not fair. I didn't expect to. Let me pull up his biggest hits. I'm just going off
Hey,
of
why
his
you
catalog.
You
thinking
naming
about
the
why you
biggest
thinking
hits. I
about it?
want to know where is his
D,
boom.
what you think? What you
Me?
think? Is he a
What?
top 10?
I don't
Why
know,
you pulling up
man.
the list?
I can't put him top 10 because I got too much love for these other producers that made all these great songs from when I was younger, man. Like, how can I put him? To me, he's nowhere near a Premier, a Q-Tip, a Large Professor, Pete Rock, Havoc. Yeah, I mean, look at this list, man. The Alchemist. I don't think these dudes is. I don't think this dude is close, man. But I'm biased, man. Like I don't know. He ain't got no Troy. You know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah.
He ain't got no.
That's
Oh my God. He ain't got no these classic songs that like undeniable played when you think of hip hop in the dictionary of your mind. You hear one of these beats. I haven't heard that from hip hop. I mean, from Hit Boy, but maybe that's what younger people have, or maybe that's what other people feel. I'm I'm the old baldy man. Like I can't put myself in these little kids' shoes. I don't get it. You know what I'm saying?
so. This idea though that new producers could never pass. Yeah, because Eddie Harvey said it. Track the '90s. Like you can never pass the others. Like
I don't know
I
what to
don't
tell you,
understand that.
dog.
Even if I
Troy is
make
better
more
than any
music,
beat he ever made.
I can
Like
never
these,
pass up the '90s.
I said that I think some people that are active are great, like the Alchemists. But trapped in the '90s, I don't know. You got to tell me what the song is that's better than any of these songs. Like give me a song that Hit Boy made that gets him up there with these legends, man. Does he have I mean, does he make shook ones? Like, did he make a song that's like that? Like, where is it at?
All right. So
For
can you tell
people,
me is all of that is that production love just because it's when you grew up, or can you tell me like
I don't know.
a modern producers that are or a modern beat that you're like that you would put up with those other ones?
I would like
Oh,
to
I mean,
hear.
oh, so I would think to me there's a bunch on like the albums that I love the most. So you're gonna talk about like something on Pinata, like Thuggin'. I love the beat on Thuggin'. I think the beat on Thuggin' is amazing.
Yeah.
There's other songs like that that like I said, I think there's songs from Kanye on Daytona that have, if you know, you know, is
Yeah,
a,
that's true.
a top type of thing. Like I just don't,
Well, Kanye is a
again,
top 10 producer for sure.
sure,
Kanye is
but
top 10 producer for
like I
sure.
said, and I'm again, I don't claim to be free from bias because it's how could I separate? How could I be objective about music and how I feel when I hear it? Like that's something I can't take off of it. If you listen to a Hit Boy song on one of these KD albums and you feel like it's on that level of you know of I get physical or straighten it out on these Pete Rock and CL Smooth albums, that's great. I don't think it's close to that. It's not I, I don't know like how.
We see you, Leroy. We see you. We gonna pull you in a bit, for
Nah,
sure.
this is terrible. This is terrible. What you saying is terrible, old baldy. We don't want to hear that. Anybody born in the '90s, late '90s, early 2000s, Hit Boy's got tracks for your life. All right, he had some standout tracks that you probably listen to every year. You got some in there that you're gonna keep revisiting. He got them. I don't
All right,
know.
so
Like,
wait. You did hit me with him. Hit me
You
with him.
never
Because
told me not
I'm
one
in
of
the
those
middle.
songs. You
I'm
didn't
in the
name
middle.
one.
All right? I got my younger brother. I got my older brother. Okay, I'm in the middle, and I really want to hit the Hit Boy tracks that it should be a track for my life. So hit me with it.
but you don't like a lot of the artists that he makes music for, so that's why I'm like you wouldn't, because he makes a lot of trappier beats and sounds like that, and you're not a huge fan of that. But
Yeah, okay.
it's
Count
on
Me In
you.
would be a good one for me. I love Count Me In. When I hear that beat, I think it's amazing. But that's not the only one because there's other songs from other producers that I do feel like have that. Like when I hear the beat for I'm trying to think of something that would be trappier that I do think that I remember the beats. Like, what about something on DS2?
Too, I
There's a
don't
few
even
songs.
think
What
that's
about
all been up in there.
when what you call 'em comes on? Wicked.
I don't
Uh,
think,
that beat is
I'm
crazy.
trying to
So
think. I
this
don't know a lot of future songs. So.
Why Thank You is his best beat for G Easy. I don't even know that song. I don't like G Easy, so I always turn him off if I hear him.
Oh, yeah.
Thun is a class. Thun is. I don't
I
love
like
Thun. I
I
like
like
the
legit.
song.
Legit to me
I think I like legit
the
more than Thun.
key.
And I
Yeah, I
love
like legit
the
better.
second beat on WTF SMH.
Mm-hmm.
I thought
Mm-hmm.
was I think that beat is amazing. So the ones that you name, and I just don't think are my favorite ones from him. I think that's what it is. Because I do love Count Me In, and I think there's a couple other ones. I think what I put on here, Woo for the Children. I love that song.
Yeah, yeah. I like Move for the Truth. And on this, like I said,
And
on
Get
this
Light.
album, I think again this just came out tonight. We just had one listen, but on this album, I thought Hit Boy really surprised me with a lot of his beats. So, like I said, that superhero track was a standout to me. I mean, some of these beats are great. I just Yeah, so I'm not doubting Hit Boy's. I think he proved that he can produce well, especially with this album. It's just to me, is he top 10? I got a lot of producers I like that don't get talked about. Honestly, Black Milk is one of my favorite producers. Dilla is a favorite. Ski Beats never gets talked about, but I love those Pilot Talk albums, and I love and he produced Reasonable Doubt, part of it as well.
Those are pretty
I
old now
mean,
when you think of the politics. That's funny to think about.
exactly. I know, right? That's a whole, but yeah. So, but
Well, I mean,
so
Politics full, but yeah. But the other three is like, dang, those are old albums. Um, nah, I mean that's what I'm saying. I think there's a bunch of, I think there's other songs that when I hit a beat, I'm like, oh shit. When Michael Knight come on, we was at the show. I was at the show what last year. Currency did. Michael Knight came on. I got
mhm.
stupid hype. I was like, oh, not Michael Knight. But,
Yeah,
but that's all what 10 years old now.
yeah. That's what
So
I'm saying.
yeah.
Are we
Ooh.
gonna hit over Ninth Wonder? Mm,
Yes.
I can
Yes.
do that. I can do that for sure.
Ninth Wonder
I can
fell
do that
off,
for sure.
man. I love Ninth Wonder, but he fell off, dog. He ain't made nothing as good as the listening since the listening.
I mean, he's not. I mean,
His
doesn't.
best
I
beat
mean,
was the Yo-Yo on their first album,
nothing as good
dog.
as the listening. Yeah, nothing as good as the listening.
He,
I mean,
he
I gotta
never
agree.
topped that. He had all the best beats when he was in college. He's a pro now and don't have better beats than that. No, whatever you say is not one of his best beats ever.
All right, you let Leroy in.
All
You
right,
want to
let
let
him in.
Leroy in?
Let him in.
All right, let me pull him. And guys, if you don't know, if you join the Discord, I can post the link in the chat in just a second. But you guys can always jump into the show. We love having other people talk as well. There's a lot of haters out there that can join the haters ball. You know,
Hate, hate,
so
hate, hate,
Leroy,
hate, 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 hate.
welcome back, welcome back. Let's see, Leroy, we pulled you in.
Fix
And
your hair
Matt,
real quick.
I do like Just Blaze. That's another great one. Just Blaze got see. My thing is Just Blaze doesn't have albums, but he's got songs that are you know, like Exhibit C is like a perfect song. Hippo don't got a song like that. You know,
Um,
So that's my thing.
I have to go through a list for y'all. I gotta find some artists y'all like.
yeah, 'cause we don't care
Put this
about
for your
Beyonce, bro.
favorite
You about to
artist.
name a bunch of Beyonce hits. I don't care
Exactly.
about Beyonce, dog.
I see he got some songs with on Conway albums, on Burden of Proof and stuff. So he
He
got songs
does.
with your favorite artists.
Yeah, I didn't. I think Burden of Proof was Benny on the way down. So I'm not one of them new Benny lovers.
What up? Okay, let's go.
What's going on, Leroy?
Okay. Dang, you got him all. Dang.
We thought you were just a Jay Z stan, but you a Common stan too. All
Yeah.
right, that's awesome, man.
Diversifying. That's good.
You're gonna have to stop talking crazy about my man Common, man. He's coming with a few drops too. When he
Oh yeah, yo, Can't wait because I love the Pete Rock album with Skyzoo.
I
So
don't know what people I don't know what people are smoking out in the world today. Where Pete Rock and Primo is not dope no more. I don't know what people are smoking. Cause them two in particular, they can never be whack. Ever.
Yeah,
Okay?
no.
They can
I
never
agree.
be whack. Alright?
Eddie Harvey said, "What's the last dope Primo beat?"
the song
I
with
think
Rome Streets.
Prime is a
The song with
great
Rome
album. I mean,
Streets. Rome
But
Streets,
what
West Side Gun,
hold
DJ
on.
Premier just
yeah,
came out about a month ago.
Look, look,
yep,
people is like, where's your music at? I'm a lace the one with Rome Streets, and when Lupe makes music, I'm nowhere close to Lupe. When Lupe makes music, he's not necessarily talking to everybody. He's talking to specific people, and I'm in the same boat as to where you know, I'm talking to everybody, but I'm really talking to specific people. So I just want to get that out the way. But anyway, Common, Primo, last dope beat was with Rome Streets. But here's the thing with Hit Boy. Hit Boy is an amazing producer. He got amazing beats. He does amazing work. However, you got to have a signature sound for us to identify what it is. Do we know what we know? Ninth Wonder has a signature sound, right?
yeah.
Primo, Alchemist, RZA, uh, uh, Knox, whoever you want to say, Dr. Dre, Quick. But when you try to come in the game without a signature sound, you can do that. That's fine. But for us to remember what beats
Yeah, turn your mic
they
up.
were, okay.
Can you turn your mic up?
My mic, my mic
Can you
on.
turn them up on your side, B,
I'm
Discord?
loud. I'm loud. Oh, on the Discord. That's right. On the Discord. That's
Yeah,
right.
yeah.
That's right.
Yeah, because I'm
My
full
fault. My
blast.
fault. My fault. Hold on one second. Hold on. Let me do it.
So it's nothing wrong with not having a signature sound because if you're Hit Boy, it works against you to have a signature sound. Let me tell you why. Because Hit Boy is in the studio with Benny. Shout out to Benny. I'm not gonna give you the background, but shout out to Benny.
All right.
Um, Kenny's in the studio. Dom is in the studio. Nas is in the studio. Sean is in the studio. Game is in the studio. So it doesn't help Hit Boy to have a signature sound because he has to create for everybody in the room. So this,
Yeah.
so this is why Hit Boy doesn't have a signature sound. So I'm giving him his props because he creates for 10 people at a time.
Yep, because
He
Beyonce
creates
at
Yeah.
the same time. Yeah, he created for
That's
all
great.
of them. That's great. That's
so
great. Does that make you a top 10?
not I can't put you I can't put you next to Primo. I can't put you next to Ninth Wonder, who came with Fonte and Big Boy. We never heard of Fonte. We never heard of Big Boy. I mean, a Big Pooh. We
Big
never
cool.
heard
Yeah.
of nobody from Carolina, and he put the sound together to make us want to hear them. I can't put you next to them because we already know who Nas is. We already know who Big Sean is. We already know who Game is. We know who Benny is. You know what I mean? So you're doing incredible work, but you're adding to a train that's already moving. That's all I'm saying. And Hit Boy was
So
already moving. I'm not, nothing I'm saying is a diss to Hit Boy.
yeah,
Let's
yeah.
be, yeah.
So do we value? All right. So you say we value a signature sound more than versatility because that's what you're saying. Hit Boy excels with versatility at being versatile, producing for anybody, but
Right.
but he doesn't have that signature sound. I mean, isn't being versatile harder?
We talking all the
Isn't
time.
that like a harder?
Oh, I was just saying, we talking all the
Yes
time.
and yes and no. But go ahead, Obo.
Oh,
Obo. What you gonna say?
all I wanted to say, I was just answering in the chat. Are we talking about top 10 all time? Yeah, top 10 all time. Right now, I don't think that's a question. But
Who
we
you
can,
taking from this is B Dog because I know you the
yeah,
one riding for your boy Hit Boy. So
yeah. You
what
got to
you think
ride
of what
for it.
Leroy
What you
said?
got?
I don't think you need a signature sound. Who cares if you're already on the train? You're keeping the train moving forward. You giving them a new sound. They came to you for a reason. They want to work with you for whatever sound you bring them. I don't agree with that, man. I don't know. Like, I don't understand. You don't need a signature sound.
You don't.
Um, I like the thing that he's doing with Nas, like creating albums. I think that helps your credit, not your credit, like your career. It helps your stats being able to get in the studio with one person and lock in and make great albums. But if he were to do that with another artist and they were just as good, would you not credit him for that?
No,
Or does that not matter? Can he go
if
ahead?
My
he
whole
did the
thing is,
same
my
thing
whole
with
thing
another
is,
person, that would be a huge deal. I think that would be a elevation point. Um,
Okay.
so
you like Drake, right? You like Drake.
Love Drake.
When
Yeah.
Drake goes to 40, they're not messing around. 40 is going to
Yeah.
give
Mm-hmm.
him something that's going to break the charts, going to break every
Mm-hmm.
metric, and it's going to be a hit
Mm-hmm.
record. Because 40 is not
Yeah.
playing
Yeah.
around out here. So when you go to Hit Boy, and it's again, this is no diss to Hit Boy because he's working with 10 people at a time. When you go to Hit Boy, you're going for a hit. Now we can act like
Mm-hmm.
that's not the case. We can
Yeah.
act like that's not the case, but the man's name is Hit Boy. If I go to Primo, I'm more likely to go to Primo, but I'm going for boom bap. I'm gonna get what I came for. So I'm just saying, Hit
Mm-hmm.
Boy got to supply what the people came for. I don't know what Nas is coming for, and Nas really, he probably don't care because he's Nas. But
Yeah.
this latest Nas album, it's not a bad album. It's not a terrible album, but is it
Mm-hmm.
over the top superstar level? Because Nas is a superstar, not a star. We gotta get that straight.
Yeah.
Nas is a Nas is a super mega star. Even though
Right.
we try to act like he's humble, act like we just met Nas yesterday. No,
He's the hip
no.
hop goat. He's the goat.
So you got to give him the GOAT beats. Do you have to have a signature? No. Dr. Dre don't have a signature all the time because Dr.
No.
Dre can go from Eminem to somebody else to 50. So Dr. Dre don't have a signature, but he has a certain robotic dun 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 that we know. Okay? And that's his signature.
So the two questions, because the two things that this brought up. Now, first off, everybody's talking about the 40 thing he brought up. 40 is not I don't see him on a lot of lists for top whatever producers, even though he makes
Mm-hmm.
because he only works with one artist, only one
Yeah.
artist, and so what you're saying is against Hit Boy is is the opposite is what's against 40 or producers like that. No producer that only works with one artist has ever been in the top anything in any top
It
list,
can't be.
right? And so Hit Boy's working with multiple artists. My thing, the reason why he's not in the top 10 is because with those other producers that work with multiple artists, like Primo, he's given people their best music. And I don't think Hit Boy gave Nas his best music. I don't think he gave Benny his best music. I don't think he's given any any artist their best songs. Like I just don't think that that's what Hit Boy done. I think when we talk about the other top 10, Dre or any of these other people that people are naming, Pete Rock, you can say, man, or Dilla or somebody, you can say, oh, one of Common's best songs are produced by, Dilla. You can't. Who can we say Hit Boy say that about? I produced their best album. I produced their
maybe
best
Nip,
song.
maybe Nip.
Right. And that's what I'm saying. To give somebody their best, I would want to have a signature sound because if I have a signature, I can tighten up to my abilities and then give them the best. If I don't have a signature, I'm going off whatever they're feeling at the moment instead of going off what I'm good at. And
Mm.
Yeah,
that's
and it's hard
the
too because you
thing.
look at it like Premier. He made like 10 people's best songs, like
That's
maybe 20
Royce's
people's
best
best songs.
songs,
I mean, it's
Nas's
crazy.
best
Yeah,
songs.
he got a lot of
Like,
people's
I
best
mean,
songs. So
yeah,
The Sixth Sense, man. The Sixth Sense.
the
Come
Sixth
on.
Sense,
We
the
don't.
Sixth Sense.
They don't make these no more. They don't make these no more. You feel me? Because
yeah.
they can't. They can't. It's a certain soul that's involved in this. If you don't know what that is, you can't make this.
Yeah, I mean that's hard. It's like I said though. I don't know how much of that is like. I'm just not. It just don't have that feeling because I'm not that age. Like, is that what it is? I don't know if that's what it is. When I hear when I first heard Bo Jackson from The Alchemist or
Mhm.
Alfredo, I was like, yo, some of these beats are amazing. Like, so I was hyped right away. I had that feeling. But is that because it's just, he knows exactly how to, he's hitting the old man vein? And I'm just like, ooh, that's the one. Like, I don't know, because I don't know how it works for the kids. I feel like
You know what?
younger people, the music's so disposable. I don't know what hits their soul like that.
That's true. That's true. But at the same time, too, with Nas, and again, people are gonna be like, "I'm the super Nas hater," like I hate Nas, but I love Nas. But this, what I'm saying about Nas, applies to everybody, including myself. So when you look at it that way, what people don't do anymore, especially Nas too now, is he's just dropping stuff. Where is the where is the it's like you go out on your first date and you ask to marry. It's like no, you got you work your way up. There's no promo set, there's no promo no more. There's no radio interview no more. There's no first single no more. There's no trailer to show the making of the album no more. There's no so you're just dropping stuff on us with no lead up. So that's going to be harder for us to feel where you're
Fly Guy
coming
don't
from.
need lead up. When Pray for Paris come out, they don't need promotion. You heard it right off the
Yeah,
bat.
but Fly God is doing what I would say is smart. He's skipping the game and going straight to me. Or
Yeah.
going straight to the consumer. Hey, I got this. He's like the dude on the block just come up like, hey, I got this new yada yada yada,
Right
and
into the
everybody
old
get
man
on it.
veins. Hit me, Fly Guy. Fly Guy
And
knows how to
you know what I'm
deliver.
saying? You may want to get on it, you know. But he's coming straight off the block like that. He's doing block work. He ain't doing the industry game. But I'm saying there's nothing wrong with the industry game because imagine if you had the open door to go in all the platforms you wanted to. Why not just go? Because you're only going one time a year or one time every 2 years. And you say, hey, I got an album coming out. This is what it's about. This is what and that's not happening no more. So when you're just dropping it, it's hit or miss. And I feel like he's not giving Nas his best stuff because it's like not you have to write to that. Not Hit Boy is about hits, from what I gather. But he's not trying to do that with Nas. He's trying to make solid or quality, which is fine. But I say if you're Hit Boy, I say fuck it, go for the hits
Well, I
because
mean, I thought
one
he
thing
does
you
a
can
good job
never
with these albums. They got the good. He does things that he's trying to get in the Nas bag by using the soul samples and stuff like that in that way.
right.
So, like I said, the songs that hit me, like Count Me In and a few of the other ones, especially some of the ones on KD3, they're sticking around. And those really were those quality, even though they dropping a lot, because that came right behind what? What was the one right before that? Right before KD3 was Magic before KD3.
Magic. Yeah,
Yeah, and Magic was great, and then you got KD3.
yeah,
Then you hit these
yeah.
last two Magic song albums. So, and I thought Magic 2 has grown on me a little bit now. So, at first I wasn't liking it as much, but I think
Maybe I
Magic
have
3
to go
sounded
back
better on.
to it, but Magic 2 is my least favorite as it stands now. So
I still think KD1 is the worst one. I don't know why people be. I was happy when
I
it
think
released, but
KD1. This might be controversial. I like KD1 more than KD2. I like
nah,
81.
nah,
The
nah.
thing about Jay,
5, and I mean, and 27 Summers. I mean, like there's a lot of songs on there I like.
they're not bad songs. So it's not like we're saying Nas is making bad music. That's not
No,
what we're
no, no.
saying. It's
Yeah,
just that
I know that.
let's put it on Jay Z, right? Jay is not getting out of bed unless he hears something that's totally amazing. If he don't hear that, he ain't getting out of bed. He's just
But see,
not.
here's the thing, Leroy. Here's the thing. You brought up Jay Z. Of course, every time Jay Z always comes up. But here's the thing. To me, Jay Z went for the hits, like you talking about. Nas should do, and then his music doesn't age as well. The stuff that was a hit in whatever 98 or 2000 to me may not sound like that. Might have sound it was the radio what was hot on the radio at that time, but it don't sound good no more. Or you just taking other people's
Absolutely.
styles. To me,
I
it
don't know
says
about
me.
that. Right, right.
It says me. I think Drake will have the same problem in the future as well. I think those
No
people.
argument.
Yeah, go ahead.
If I drop a project right now and it doesn't age well in 10 years, it doesn't affect what I did because I dropped the project. If I drop a project for 2023 and it doesn't age well in 2020 and 2033, it doesn't matter for me because at 2023 I was concerned with 2023. You
Mm.
know what I'm saying? So I don't care if it doesn't age well 10 years later because That's 10 years later. I'll give you a new project if that's the case. But but what people aren't saying is if Jay Z's music doesn't age well, then why is Hard Knock Life still being played on the radio? Why is Can I Get
Trash song.
a Money in the Thing? Why are these songs still Bonnie and Clyde? Why are they still being played 20 years later if they don't age well?
You naming the songs I don't like from him.
One of the worst songs ever, man. Bonnie and Clyde is an affront to Tupac. Tupac should have got out the grave and slapped this dude for
Get
this.
it.
This was
Get it.
embarrassing.
Get it.
Okay.
I think we're hip hop heads, so we're thinking through a hip hop lens, and I understand that. But the rest of the world, they just don't care like that. They
Yeah.
just want something that's like
Yeah.
this.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah.
And but I think
That's
that's what
all
you're
they
saying
care
though.
about.
But here's the thing. So this is my thing. I want my artists to make and this I think artists should make music for the true lovers of the genre, not for the masses. I think
That's hard. That's
I know
hard.
it's hard.
I'm
Obviously,
gonna
you
tell
make more
you.
money playing it for the
No,
masses.
that's
I get
not
it.
that's not fair. I mean, if you want to make art for the masses, that's your business.
Yeah, I'm just
I'm gonna tell you
saying.
like this, and I've been saying this, and I'm beating a dead horse now at this point, and nobody cares. But behind the scenes, your favorite artists are are like, please don't make nothing that's for the core. They like, don't make nothing for the heads, because
Yeah.
that you're shooting yourself in the
Right.
foot.
Right.
They're like, stop
Nah,
publishing.
No, for sure.
nah.
Stop
The
publishing
record
music.
label is definitely telling them that.
I'm telling you,
The
I'm telling you, the highest, your friend Lupe, I'm telling you, the highest level of lyricists are saying, stop that lyrical shit you're doing, because it's not going to help you.
he already said that.
That music you're making is not going to help you. When you get behind the scenes and talk to these people in real life, they're saying you need to be making the most corniest shit you could make, because that other
You
shit
think okay?
If you want to make money,
Say,
well, they telling you that if you want to make money.
on record, say multiple times, like I don't want to be the biggest rapper. Like it's so much better being your opening act or whatever. Like you said this on so many songs. Now you saying that behind the scenes he's just lying, or you saying no, go sell out and make music for the white people? I mean, I don't know what.
Yeah, the thing about it is, if I make something that's for the core audience, I'm asking you to think while you're listening. That's a lot to ask. It's a lot to ask for a lot of people, because a lot of people don't want to have to think about nothing. They
Oh,
just
that's
want
true.
to be able to go like that. You know what I mean? And that is
Yeah.
contingent upon the beat. That's not contingent upon the lyrics. You know what I mean? So it's like, I, yes, I like you, dumb it down. I want to hear stuff for the core audience. I'm just telling you, we are the smallest minority of listeners.
Yeah.
That's all I'm saying.
No, no, no.
Yeah,
We
for
we,
sure.
we understand that. We agree with that.
that.
Yeah. But I mean, I think
just
go ahead.
great music should be timeless. Okay, I think you could do both. I think great music should be timeless. I think there are rappers in the '90s who were able to sell records and make timeless music. I think there are music artists in the in throughout time. I mean, we talk about big rock music that's still big today, or you talk about Stevie Wonder or Prince or Michael Jackson that were able to make music.
The time is different, man. The
And
time is
still be
different,
great.
man. The
You
time
can
is
do both.
different, man. The time is different, man. You giving too much credit for today's listener, man. I
Oh,
don't.
the music industry is because again, as long as music is free, it'll never be the same.
Right.
So,
So yeah. So that's what I'm
gotta
saying.
be-
You can't say like, hey, go make that great album. I mean, I can name 85. I just named like we named 5 or 6 great albums. I don't think they're gold. I don't think Daytona is gold. I know Alfredo and Pinata and Bandana ain't got no plaques. You know what I mean? Like
Bandana is not. Bandana, who is Gibbs talking to on Bandana? He's talking to someone like me who's
Me.
into some super underground, lo-fi, dusty, dirty. He's talking to me. Most people ain't like me.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
But
And
not
it's
with
like,
music.
when you say timeless, dumb it down. When you go to buy
Yeah.
an album, in the back of your mind or in your subconscious, you're already thinking about, I hope this is timeless, before you even buy the product. So the reason why you bought it is because you thought it would be timeless.
Of
So
course.
if the
I mean,
if the artist,
it doesn't have to be timeless, but yeah, I just thought it was gonna be good. My thing is his thing. Nowadays, people don't buy music for music. Music is worthless. You make music to get people to go to your show, and that's where you make your money. So I still think that it's valuable to have quality music that you could go tour forever. When somebody who has a song that's like that, amazing song that's timeless, people listen to it forever. If your songs sound trash in 10 years and no one wants to hear it, then that's it.
I
Nah,
think
I
there
don't
has
know,
to be
man.
intention.
Yeah.
If you do something with intention, you're more likely to get with what you want. If you're just doing something just to do it, then you're winging it. And I think what Nas is doing, even though I love him, when you're doing 50 songs and when you're doing 100 songs in 3 years, which is
Mm-hmm.
fine, but you're running and gunning. You're running and gunning. When songs are not just strictly lyrical, they're also musical. So while you're running and gunning, you're not allowing Hit Boy to give you three different beats for one song. You're not allowing Hit Boy to give you progressions. It starts off calm, then builds up into some epic thing. You're not giving him time for that. You're gunning, 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 lyrics, 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 lyrics. So he's just in it beat, 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 beat. And that in the long run, in this era where we get 3,000 new songs every day, 10 years from now, I don't know if that's gonna stick.
I don't
Yeah.
know what'll stick
I
10 years from now. Besides the great stuff that I like, but it's gonna stick for me. I don't know what sticks for anybody. The B Dog, you like Drizzy Drake? Are you listening to Honestly Nevermind much lately? Or
All the
CLB? You
time.
listen to CLB all the time?
Actually, I don't listen to CLB that much. I think I went back like last week and listened to a couple of songs on it, but I don't. That's the one I listen to the least out of his newest projects.
you listen
When's
to Her Loss a lot still?
Oh yeah, all the time.
Okay. All
yeah?
right. So the music still lasts for you then. I wanna see. First off, guys, I put a poll in the chat. Most people are saying that Hit Boy is yes a top 10 producer, but it's pretty close. It's 56 yes, so pretty close split. So I mean, he's right there on the line. It sounds like for a lot of people. I want to ask if anybody else wants to join in on Discord. Again, the link is in the chat. We appreciate Leroy for jumping in. This, your second, third time jumping in, man. We definitely appreciate
Like
you.
that.
Salute, salute.
Yeah, man.
Hate, hate,
You
hate,
gave a
hate,
lot
hate,
of
hate,
great
hate,
points.
hate, 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 hate.
For
The
sure.
haters ball, man. Hey, I appreciate y'all, man. It's an evolving thing, but right now is a good time. It's a good time because it's a bad time. So out of this, not knowing where hip hop is gonna go and it's kind of fuzzy and cloudy, something great is gonna come out of it. So good time.
Yep.
Yeah,
Appreciate you.
Perfect. Thanks a lot,
appreciate
man.
you, man.
Yes, sir.
All right, so I think, and then Leroy just in and out with that last point. I do want to talk about this because people are saying hip hop is in a downtime now. People are feeling like Nas is saving hip hop right now. He's the only one really making the great music, and then also of course we talked about our favorite hip hop Nas songs and eras and things like that. So I want to talk about Nas said years ago hip hop was dead. Do you guys feel like one is hip hop dying right now? Right. Let's start there. You guys feel like is hip hop on a downtrend? Is it dying?
No, of
Yeah,
course
for
not.
sure, 100%.
Of course
He
not,
said
man.
no.
Why you said 100%, V? Why 100%?
I just find like all them stats you saying we don't have a number one song. Like I don't know, man. I just feel like real hip hop is never gonna be popular again.
I disagree, man. I disagree. I think hip hop is popular. I think numbers are fake, so I don't think they ever been real. And then I think there's so many people. I mean, that are hype about music in general. They're just different types of music. Like there's all different types. These festivals are all still big, selling out. I don't think hip hop is.
But who cares
I
when
think
you
it's
say
far from
when
dead.
you say hip hop is not gonna be popular? Real hip hop won't be popular again. Who cares? It wasn't. It wasn't. It's amazing it got this popular. Like it was never supposed to be the thing for every white kid in America. Like it's not that. So this is why you hear people mad when they hear stuff like what Jay Electronica saying on that No Name song. Like they don't really want to hear dudes rapping different black opinions. It's got to be you shooting somebody or what, like, or I'm a twerk. Like that's the two subjects you see I don't even know what you hear in the mainstream. Drake saying I disrespect women and I date them, and then I disrespect them, then I date them, then I disrespect them, and then women saying disrespect me. Look at me. I should be disrespected. I don't understand, but hey, whatever, man. I don't.
That's
Like,
hilarious.
is that supposed to be what it is? I don't think that that's all hip hop is, and if that's not gonna be popular anymore, and that loses some of its popularity, um, then it'll go back to being not the mainstream, and that's okay.
Yeah, I agree with V. I don't think it's dead. I don't think it's dying. I don't think it was dead when I said that hip hop was dead. I think hip
It was
hop has
struggling,
always
man.
just evolved in different times. When Nas was saying hip hop was dead, that was the blog era was popping. I mean, I thought hip hop was great in that time. A lot of times I think people only I think people compare eras or always want to compare year to year or something like that. But last year was a great year, and I still, I mean, so I just think people jump out and make crazy conclusions off of a short amount of time.
And
You
then
know
you pray for me still coming, Doug. That's gonna be the album of the year, man. All right.
what's that?
And then you pray for me. You know,
Oh,
West
dog.
Side Gun is the number one hip hop music maker at this time, man. And he
Comment
has
Pete
been.
Rock,
And
comment
he
Pete Rock,
no,
that J
yeah.
Cole
When the
will
Common Pete
come
Rock
next
coming?
year.
When that's coming? When the Common Pete Rock coming?
I don't know.
Yeah,
I
it's
don't know,
probably a
but
ways off. I'm still waiting on that Q-Tip and LL Cool J. I don't want to hear that, man. You know what I'm
yeah,
saying? But that's for the
there's
old
a lot.
baldies out there. You know what I'm saying?
A lot of things on the way. A lot of things still on the way. And a lot of great music has come out this year. I can't say it enough, man. There's a lot of great music that's come out this year that people aren't talking about. That bothers me so much because I love so much of the music that's coming out.
Yeah,
You know,
man.
so
None of y'all in
All
the
of
chat
that
was
is
messing with
coming
that
out.
Soul Assassins 3. Nobody in the chat was rocking with that. Yo, I'm sorry,
that's
dog.
not
That
one of
album,
them.
yo, that's like top
That's
three
not
album
one
of
of
the
them.
year, bruh. Top three
No, it's
album
not
of the
one of
year,
them.
dog. Yes, it's one of them, man.
No, it's not. It's not. Flying Lotus is better, and the Sardines is better. Listen, man, there's a lot of things produced better than that. All right.
I don't think so, but okay.
I thought you was talking about sardines as a food when you put that in
So,
the group chat.
Sardines is Apollo Brown
Mhm.
and Planet Asia. It was
Never
dope.
heard of
And
them.
nobody's talking about it because obviously the Nas news dropped, but that was good. It was good. I think the production on there is great. Apollo Brown did his thing. He's one of those producers that he's just an underground
He
producer.
keeps churning them out,
You
man.
know,
He been nonstop hitting.
yep. And so I think there's a lot of great producers like that. I love so many. I grew up. Blog era is my time, right? And I feel like that era. People talk about the '90s. There's the trapped in the '90s people, and they love their time. And then the blog era gets like skipped over, and then there's the kids who love like the trap and beyond
But
and stuff like
you're
that.
trained on that, so you know, like, oh, it's Friday. Let me go see who released. Let me check like
Mhm.
most of this stuff out. Whereas other people be like, oh, I don't know who that is. I'm not listening to that. Like B Dog, I'm not. I don't know what that is. I'm not checking that. This
Yeah.
dude don't. He didn't make no songs with Drake. I'm not checking that. Or girls twerking on this video. I'm not checking that. So if that's not happening, they're not listening. It's not a thing. And that's okay. I mean, if the rap nerds like myself is going, we listening to everything I could get my hands on that's got some quality to it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm never gonna be the first person to check out your music. I don't want to hear that shit. I'll
Cause
wait
you
for
don't love it,
somebody else
man.
tell
You
me.
don't love it, bro. You
We
don't
heard
I'll
love
some
it.
wait
good
for
stuff this year
somebody else
from
tell
new
me if it's
artists.
fire.
You didn't like that J
Huh?
Skis album?
Yeah, but I'll wait for y'all to tell me. That's what I'm
Oh,
saying.
okay.
I'll wait for
Okay.
somebody else to tell me.
Yeah.
There's too many times I started listening to an artist and then they don't work out, they disappear. I'm like, oh man, I can't become a fan of you and then you disappear or your work gets different. I don't like that. So I'll wait
Oh,
till you
I'm cool
establish
with
that
that, bro.
one.
I'm still a fan of your boy Ray Cash, dog. Ray Cash, where you at, man? What he had? Like one album? That album was dope. Where you been at, Ray?
Where you been at?
That's true. I mean, then compared to a lot of people who would just like kind of like almost one and done's or like would get hot,
Yeah.
whatever.
Who was
What
that
mixtape?
dude that people was always hyping up? That I never liked, but people was getting a lot of hype on the blog. Charles Hamilton. Is that
Yeah,
who it
yeah.
was?
No, Charles
You
Hamilton
was you was a
yeah,
fan
yeah.
of his? I never listened. I never liked the stuff I heard from him, but I know people was like, "Oh, this dude's dope," and then I never heard him like really release that much. Did he disappear?
Yeah,
I
I
know,
don't know what
you
he
said
does
you
now. I
liked
haven't heard from him.
Chitty Bang. Chitty Bang disappeared for a while, right?
Yeah, man. They came back with the new album recently. It was terrible. We talked about it. It was so bad.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I'm not doing that, man. I'm not gonna invest time into you, and
Nah, I don't mind,
so
dog. I don't mind. Look, if you had a dope album, I'm gonna remember this. I'm gonna remember them songs, man. Like, how good are the songs? Are you coming on tour? I might catch you. You know what I mean? I might be one of
Yeah.
10 dudes in there. But yo, hey, if your songs is good, I'd be happy to be there.
All right. Anything we need to cover before we get out of here? Did anybody else want to jump in? For 5 minutes. Again, the Discord link is in the chat. You can join Discord. You can call into the show. Just like you saw Leroy do. You guys can definitely like and subscribe.
How many we got in the chat, man? How many was in the chat? 17 people in the chat? Is that true?
Yeah,
I
yeah.
don't know that.
Man, these numbers is
I don't know
blowing
that.
up.
Yeah, we know it.
No wonder.
17.
No
That's
wonder.
the Nas effect. That's the
These
Nas effect. That's the
other
GOAT.
Yo, that's
Nas
why
the
these other
GOAT.
podcasts copying us, bruh. They see these huge numbers we putting up, and they like, oh, we got to get down with the 17 whole people in the chat.
Bruh, let me tell you, bro. We talking about Drake. Never got those numbers. Never got those numbers talking about
Yeah,
Drake.
right. We on here tonight. We are on here tonight for all the dog drop. I promise. I promise. We going crazy on that.
We'll see if all the dog drop get any numbers.
That's not gonna get us no numbers, man.
Nothing.
Honestly, I might have excuses for y'all. I might be the Drake insider. Just wait on it.
Yo, there you
Yeah,
go,
just
man.
wait
Can
on
you
it.
get Drake on our show?
I might get Drake on here, dog.
What we got to do to make that happen? Is he gonna make us take it down later after we do a bunch of numbers like that white girl?
Well, did you ask it too, for real?
They said Drake. They said Drake. There's like a conspiracy that Drake had to made her take it down and got demonetized and shit. Like that's a theory. Okay, they were talking about it on Joe Budden. I don't know if that's true, but I don't know. I don't know all this stuff. I just thought it was funny when the whole interview disappeared after it had like 20 million views or something. It's gone.
Oh, I didn't see it. I didn't know. I mean, I just saw when it appeared, and I was like, "Who is?" And everybody was talking about the industry plan, yada yada. That's all I knew about it.
Yep.
Yeah.
Get your man's on here, man. Get Drake on here. I'm gonna tell him he
Hey,
sucks.
honestly, it might have to be a one-on-one interview, me and Drake.
He's a hater. I mean, Drake, he hates.
That's true. Tell Drake to come on and just send mad subs that he slept with Kanye's wife or ex-wife. Just sub him to death. Sub Big Sean about how he also got with his girl or somebody else's girl. That's basically what he says every song. Oh no, he gonna spin the block with the Wassas or some shit like that. Like,
Yeah.
Oh, no.
Y'all be safe out there.
not Drizzy in a wheelchair rolling through the hood. That'd be scary.
All right, man. Let's get out of here, man. It's crazy. Y'all crazy. Let's get out of here. Peace, y'all. Like and subscribe, and we'll catch y'all next time.
Peace.